We've been farming land in Herefordshire for over 3 generations.
I was bred and born in Herefordshire, strong in the arm and weak in the head. We enjoyed it, and my boss was wonderful, George's dad. Then George came along. We had to put up with him then, but we got on well together. Yeah, and Nick. They was little kids when they started working for him.
Ivor, we weren't even born when you joined the farm. You remember George and I?
Do you remember us being born, Ivor?
Yes, oh yes. I remember them all born, yes. I remember your father coming there before. I remember the people that was in the farm before him.
But what's amazing, I think, is the fact that we're still there and things have changed completely on the farm, haven't they?
Oh yes, oh
I remember
yes.
the cattle used to be in the buildings where we do firewood.
Yes, yes.
It was all collapsed.
Yes, well, you more or less started as the old-fashioned conventional farming. You grew wheat and sugar beet and a few potatoes. And I can remember the first orchards being planted.
But then in the winter there wasn't a huge amount to do. The firewood came in.
Oh, the firewood came in after, yes. And in those days, a lot of there was what they call edging, the big edges cut, and there was quite a lot of wood coming out. But what we would do, we'd just pick it up and cut it, make it into logs there and then. And that wood was so bad, there was smoke and steam, and I mean, you didn't get very little heat out of it.
John, you worked in forestry all your life, and now your sons work in the business. Very similar to George and I, really, isn't it?
Yes, I always love to see it handed down over the generations, really. There must be something right about it for the boys to come into it.
And how special is Herefordshire, do you think?
It's wonderful. Herefordshire and the borders, I can't see a better place.
So John, now we would get in sort of 70 to 100 tonnes of wood in every single day. What was it like back in the old days?
If they wanted 50 tonne of pitwood down the Forest of Dean, it was a day's work for 14 men and 7 lorries. With the lorries they've got now, they would do that on their own quite comfortably, like with the machinery and everything else. I don't think we'll ever see as much change in the time again, or I can't see, from doing everything by hand in those days. It's all mechanised now, and like these big machines go through the woods like combine. I think we lose track of that and the speed that you people cut it up.
Did anybody do firewood?
No, because it all went to the pulp mill for
all
paper. There was always a few people doing it on the side type of thing, or whatever. But I would think certainly would be the first company to get big at it.
Yeah, packing it into little bags and sending it all
Yeah.
over. You ever used to dry it out? Or?
Never used to dry it out like you do now, no.
You've seen open sheds long enough, it will dry out fairly good, but not as dry as what, but we never...
Kiln-dried logs?
No, not as dry as that, no.
Dry wood will give a lot more heat than wet.
Yeah,
Wet wood just smoulders and gives smoke, and when you need more wood.
And some of the people selling wood, quite frankly, you get people advertise, a load of wood for so much money. Well, if that's green wood and cut, you're paying for water. That's what they're paying for. If that was dried out, it wouldn't be half the weight, would it? But they'll still say it's a ton of wood. It's really half a ton of wood with half a ton of water, and that's what plus the fact that it's not going to burn as good. So it's very bad value, some of these, cheap woods, which is not properly dried.
The mechanisation has come in a big way, hasn't it?
Yes.
But the care we have for the environment and the farm and things we do is as good now as it ever was.
Oh yes. And the future's change, isn't it? Economics will keep changing, and so we've got to adapt ourselves to it. But as far as the environment, I think that's a safe in your hands, because and without good land management, that if you neglect this land now, your children are going to suffer from it, and we're all going to suffer. It's an economic thing to us all to look after it, isn't it? And I'm sure I can leave it in your hands to do a good job of it.
Some things, not all things, have changed. Those that have certainly changed for the better.